Okay, anybody that knows me knows I love wine. So I have asked Rowdy Creek, which is Debra Bolnick and Mimi Gordon are here, and they're going to introduce to you their new line that they have there, and they can explain to you what they've been doing. And here's Debra.
Okay, thank you. I thought my mouth was loud enough, I didn't need a microphone. I will just, since I have to be quick, because Mike said he'd start coughing if I was too long. So let me just introduce myself. I'm Debra Bolnick. My assistant is Mimi, but she really runs the show. And I own Rowdy Creek Ranch. It's on Highway 300, 4048, Highway 300. I have Mimi, her brother Josh. Josh also sets up if you want to rent a meeting, a corporate meeting out at the ranch. He will cater it for you. And then we have Tyler Rucker from California. And then I have 3 full-time ranch assistants that maintain the land in the vineyard. Thank you for asking us to be here. We appreciate it. My husband and I purchased the land approximately 6 years ago. The land was very raw with no roads in which to navigate. At the time of purchase, I was living full-time in Bozeman, Montana. Needing to return to East Texas due to some health issues with my mother, I searched and searched for the perfect land. I'm originally from Dangerfield, Tigers. Anyway, and which I found just the perfect land right down the road from Gilmer Square. I informed my husband that I bought some land and didn't know what I was going to do with it. However, it was beautiful and it had a creek running all the way through it. Thus, Rowdy Creek Ranch. The Rowdy is for all of my rowdy friends. I hired a transport to bring my vintage trailers to the property for my restoration company, Montana Camps and Cabins. I had a restoration company, a large restoration company, which we restored vintage trailers from 1940 to 1960s. Anyway, the trailers have been highlighted on television, magazines, and books. I didn't know what I was going to do with 6 of them. I had 14 of them on the property. And my husband said, that's enough. Anyway, so I had a transport bring the 6 of them down here. The size of my vision always outweighs the size of my brain. Now, how I get around on the property. I bought the 2, we didn't have a road, so I brought 2 of my guys down from Montana. And the scuttlebutt all around Upshur County was we were putting in a trailer park. However, they stayed in the trailers. We made roads all through the park, through the village, through the property. I have a little trailer village out in the back. Anyway, we rented a lot of big equipment, broke a lot of equipment, and we carried on. We enlarged a 3-acre lake into a 16-acre lake. We built a dam because we had to bring in clay from all over. We didn't have enough clay, so I nicknamed it the dam. Anyway, so we built buildings, we bought cows, and we planted pine trees. That's what everybody told us to do. Now, we were ranchers, right? Wrong. We cried and cried when we had to separate the baby cows from the mama cows. Therefore, I knew we needed another crop other than cows. Manure wasn't a cash crop. Thus, I thought the vineyard would be cute, especially making a nice entrance. That was the beginning of the vineyard. The good Lord takes care of fools and idiots, they say, both of which describe myself and my husband, Dr. Harold Bolnick. We happened to have planted the vines at the most perfect sandy place on the property. Thank you, Lord. We hired a graphic artist to develop our idea of the herd. The herd labels, and we have 7 of them now, consist of an eagle, longhorn, snake, donkey, horse, an armadillo, and deer. As of the present production, we have Cabernet, we have sweet and dry white wine of today. In production, right now, and we will have it as of January. It has a rosé, a Chardonnay, a Pinot, and another Cab. How did we come about choosing those? We had this guru come up from Florida, and we had like 20 we were choosing from in the kitchen in Montana. They all tasted the same to me. And so I just said, I'm so confused, let's all go eat. So we went to a really nice restaurant in Bozeman, Montana. And they were all talking, and they were talking about stuff. I looked over at another table, and the whole table was full. I said, I'll be right back. I went over to the table, a rosé. The girls were drinking a rosé. The guys were drinking a Cab. One of the girls were drinking Pinot. I said, I have my brands. I took a cheap survey, and that's what we're going to have on the property. Anyway, I want to introduce Mimi Gordon. She actually runs the whole show, not me. I'm just the talker. But Mimi, she was born and raised in Gilmer, and her family is from Gilmer. And her mom, if you'll see anything posted on Facebook, she's our biggest advocate. Anyway, I knew I needed someone younger, tech-savvy, and eager to promote our facility in wine. Thank you, Mimi. We planted and planted vines, and it takes 3 years for the first yield, which was 1.5 tons. That is crazy for our little vineyard for East Texas. So what we don't use, we sell to Fredericksburg, to Las Piñas, and that's what we do. Last year wasn't so good due to, as you all know, all the rain and hail amounts. It's just like farming. All the wine growers in Texas felt the weather as well. We grow and harvest Blanc grapes. We sell to other wineries, as I told you, but we are scheduled to plant 10 more rows of a new drought and insect-tolerant European red grape. So we can make Cab out of this red. We don't know yet. It's all trial and error. If you get a Cab and they say it's from Texas, it may be 30% from Texas. So anyway, the Blanc de Bois is an American hybrid grape that was created only in 1968 by John Mortensen at the University of Florida, Central Florida Research and Education Center. It's ranked as a hybrid, and its classification is grape wine. In French, Blanc de Bois literally means white of the woods. Mortensen created this variety, crossing some other varieties. When released in 1987, Blanc became another great variety in the small but growing number of vine types that can both produce marketable wine on their own. And they can stand up to Pierce disease. It's everywhere in East Texas. When we cut our vines, we trim and prune our vines, they have to go on a tarp. Because that disease, or any disease, fungus or anything, will go into the soil, and we can ruin all of our vines in just a few years. So you have to find a vine that is tolerant of East Texas. Let's see. More acres of Blanc are grown in Texas than any other state, and now ranks as one of the top produced white wine grapes in Texas. As the name implies, only white wines are made from Blanc grapes. The grape is used to make ranges from dry to semi-sweet to blush to port to sparkling. Sunny and dry climates have drawn comparisons to Portuguese wines, in addition to other regions in Europe like Spain, France, and Italy. Some of the earliest wines were produced by Spanish missionaries in 1650 near El Paso. When I searched our property, the old Santa Fe Trail cut through our property. And Texas ranks as the 5th largest wine producing state in 2019. Our wine tasting room, and we have a little wine gift shop. It will open in January. Please come to the property, have a wine tasting, enjoy the little village, enjoy the trailers. You've seen them on television and books, and they can be rented by a group. There's 6 of them by a group. And thank you for your attention. I hope you learned a little bit. We have a lot more wine coming, And I'm looking at this group, and we can make Upshur County a huge wine growing county. We just have to support it and support each other, and just pass on the good word. Thank y'all.
I'm just going to give you a little information of how you can get in contact with us. By January, our website will be completely set up where we can do shipping and you can purchase wine from us. If you go to info@rowdycreekranch.com, you can send us emails to set up if you want to come out and you want us to send you wine. We'll have on Square Up. It's an app where you can go on. It's going to be by appointment only. Because as she said, their house and stuff is built by the venue. So we're going to do it by appointment only where you can go and you schedule, how many people you want to come. The days will be open. So if we're not open that day, it'll be closed off and you won't be able to schedule. But I'll give you that information again. It's going to be at info@rowdycreekranch.com. And we just hope to see you at the ranch. That's all you.
Does anyone have any questions?
How many acres are you actually growing grapes?
We have we have 400 acres of Rowdy Creek. We have 6 acres of planted vines.
So there'll be
But we're-
16. Right.
But we'll have more when we plant the other 10 rows. All the rows have to be water drip. And I'm telling you, there's just so much maintenance that goes into the vines, just as you would a rose bush at your home that you were gardening. We have to go once a week, we have to get rid of the ants, we have to get rid of the gophers, we have to make sure there's no fungus. February, we'll start pruning, and then we start all over again. So it takes you 3 years to get your first harvest. And ours was huge, our first year. Second year wasn't so great. We're hoping for a better one next year.
When you prune those vines, you do it in February?
We do it in
You don't
February.
right after you harvest?
Huh?
You don't do it right after you harvest?
No, you just let it settle. And, and then it's kind of an intricate cutting. You have to know where the mother is. And then you have to know which branch to start cutting. So in February, we have 3 rows. And in February, we will take past the second row and start pruning off. It'll all come off. Those go on the tarp and they're burned. Because of insects or maybe some fungus. And there's all of the vines will have some sort of fungus. But you can't just drop it on the ground because those spores get into that ground. So you have to go burn it. Get rid of it. And then it's just basically, you just hope for good weather. Remember last year we got so much rain around the harvest time, we had that hailstorm, and that cut down our yield. So. And you also can make Sauvignon Blanc out of the Blanc grapes as well. So that's just...
It's a lot of work. It's very detailed and very scheduled. You have to do everything on schedule or it can ruin the whole vine. Wow. So it's very yes, it is. Yeah. And you have to do it. You have to, like when you prune, you have to cut. You have to bleach them, cut again. You can't use the same clippers and just go down and prune. You have to spray and clean them every time you cut a vine. Because anything that's on that vine can go to the next vine, and you don't want that, especially if it's a bad fungus or anything.
So we're always fighting deer. We're fighting squirrel. And that's the reason when you see vineyards with roses planted at the end of the rows, because they're the first ones that get the insects and the fungus. So if you look at the rose bush and you see it's not healthy, you better get something onto your vines really quick. The other thing too is the deer. But my guys, it's the craziest thing. We're going to take care of these deer. So, Irish Spring soap. And I use these. When I was in Montana, we have field mice. And somebody told me that Irish Spring in your trailer will keep mice away. And it does. It does. But then my guy said that the soap, so we have to rub all the wood on each of the row, we have to rub it down with Irish Spring soap. The deer hate it. And you can put flakes like in your flower beds and stuff like that. A lot of,
Really?
yeah. So we'll have up to 7 to 8 wines, and we'll have them probably by January. We did not enter our white wines, but our red and our sweet won all kind of awards at the Houston Livestock Show. And they were right with the biggies, Mondavi and all of them. So we were kind of proud of that. But so we have a sweet white, a dry white, we'll have a Chardonnay, a rosé, and another cab. That's kind of, for our area, it's a little expensive cab, but cabs are a little bit expensive anyway because the grapes are so limited. It's hard to get enough cab grapes anywhere, either the High Plains, which is Lubbock and all in there. It's just hard to, for all of the people to get enough red grapes. We have our grapes shipped into Las Piñas. They bottle it. They have the vats. We don't have vats. And they bottle it. And, but we choose the grape. We choose where we want to get our grapes. So a lot of our grapes are coming from California.
And the taste.
And the taste. And all of our block is from our vineyard.
Is your tasting room going to be open to the public, or will it be?
It will be a by appointment only just for insurance purposes and.
I mean, it'll be open to the public, like anybody can book with us, but like I said, it'll just be by appointment only, just because their house is down there too, and so we just want to be more limited and not just let everybody in all at the same time, so it's just.
That
Yeah,
sounds like a night social to me.
Well, we have a small tasting room. Mike and I mean, some of these people I know, they've been out there because we've hosted the Gilmer presidential dinner. And Mike's been so great because we need some more wiring. We need some more stuff. And he's just been great. Randy Hill's been great. I'm always calling him up. So so right now we have the 6 of the trailers. We have the small little tasting room to 6 to 10 people. And then we have the large event center, which is 6,720 square feet. And you can rent that for a larger tasting room. We're not doing weddings anymore. You know, it's just, no. But it's any corporate event, any meeting, we've had First Baptist Church, they had a great square dancing there. It was so much fun. And we've had firefighters in May. Is it May? Into April? I don't know.
Oh, and we will be having a Wicked Wine Run come May 9th, 2020. You don't have to run. It is a 1K and a 5K. You can walk, but there will be wine offered. There's going to be a live band. There'll be food trucks, giveaways. So it'll be a good time if you want to schedule to come out and do that.
When they say a wine run, you walk in between the rows of the wine.
Yeah, of the vineyard. You just go up the vineyard. I mean, some people, it's just all fun. You can bring your kids out. There'll be bounce houses. I mean, it's just fun.
Yeah, so that will bring in about 2,000 people.
Okay.
FYI Gilmer. About 2,000
It's
people.
May 9th, 2020.
So, you know, any, not just us, anybody that has anything going on. You know, I was in Longview, so I did a lot of stuff in Longview, and I was in the beer business for a long time. And you just have to support your county so that you can keep everybody employed. And it's a fun place, you know, for adults, for kids, and just, you know, just get enthusiastic about anything anybody's doing downtown, you know, Walmart, you know, anything. So, any other questions?
Thank y'all.
Okay, any other announcements?
Yes, sir, this man for Randy's $5 investment that she got back.
All right.
You didn't quite get what Abby got.